And we're back. Happy New Year. It's Gerald Glassford for the Lakers Fast Break podcast. It is Gerald Glassford coming right back at you here for the Lakers Fast Break. Pop Culture Cosmos, where we cover the latest news and trends in pop culture each and every week, twice a week, wherever you get your podcasts. Coming up in the next few episodes, you will hear, if you're listening to the Pop Culture Cosmos, our thoughts on the best of 2025, plus the Consumer Electronics Show here in Las Vegas is next week, and I am going to be there. I think it's my 29th or 30th year. I'm going to get verification on that, whether or not it's my 30th year at CES or not, but I'll be there, and I'll make sure I will give you guys a report on the latest Pop Culture Cosmos later in the week to give you my thoughts on the World Center of New Technology at the Consumer Electronics Show coming up next week right here in Las Vegas. So I will go ahead and report to you probably on the Friday show right there for you at the Pop Culture Cosmos, wherever you get your podcast. Plus, also as well, want to go ahead and make sure, thank you to DBSH. Yo, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Want to go ahead and make sure you support him with a like and subscribe. Make sure you go ahead and add on to his 10,000 plus subscribers. He puts in a super chat. Good win for the Lakers. Good Lakers win. It's a good Lakers win. Go Lakers indeed. Absolutely. Want to go ahead and mention as well, the Lakerholics will be back. There's a lot of returns coming with the new year. And one of those returns is coming up here in a little bit. The second of those returns are the Lakerholics crew, Lakerholics.com, because they're coming back for, of course, another great Lakerholic Spotlight, part of another great Lakers weekend for you right here at the Lakers Fast Break. That'll be tomorrow at 11 a.m. Laker Tom, JB Sweet, Michael Heinrich, and hopefully L. Rob as well. But we'll be there to talk about the Lakers, where everything stands, heading into the new year right here for you as part of a great Lakers weekend right here at the Lakers Fast Break podcast. It's is that Gerald Glassford's Comic-Con CES? No, I would like to still get a press pass to San Diego Comic-Con. That's two. I've been to hundreds of events, but I have two that I still can't get into. One is here. It's called CinemaCon. Still can't get a press pass. Been trying to do that for over a decade. And then San Diego Comic-Con. I just filled out my application for the umpteenth time yesterday for San Diego Comic-Con. So I'm hopeful that I will finally get a reprieve and they'll allow me to go in there for San Diego Comic-Con to cover that as well. But CES, I've been going to, like I said, close to 30 years. So it's always really a lot of fun. Always get to see all that new technology stuff. So always a good thing indeed. Once again, it is the Lakers Fast Break. Truly appreciate you joining us. El Rosto, thank you so much for the generous super chat as well. Jake wins it. But LeBron was instrumental indeed to give you a synopsis of what went on with the Lakers game tonight against the Memphis Grizzlies. Thank you so much again for the super chat. Truly appreciate El Rosto, along with DBSH. Yo, make sure you support all of our great friends, including Legend at I Got Next Sports Media, John Costa at Lakers Corner, and then, of course, Joe Soro at the Joe Soro Experiment as well. And then, last but certainly not least at all, you see, I had tonight, in honor of the 41-year-old, let me go ahead and try and move out of the way here. In honor of the new 41-year-old himself, you see what Trip Show just sent to me. Very kind of him to do so. You see the GOAT canvas art right there alongside Luka. Don't worry, everyone. Don't worry. Kobe will return. I'm going to interchange them. I'm going to go ahead and make sure from time to time I'm going to change the look every now and then between the canvas arts I have. So yes, but all those canvas arts, the detail, the quality, Kobe right here with Gigi, absolutely fantastic. And there's no better place to go for this type of quality, whether it's a hat, t-shirt, poster, canvas art, pillow, more from, of course, our good friend at Trip Show Shop on Instagram and Twitter. Please go ahead, start with a like and a follow to see his great work in action. And then, like Tufso, he just got an order from Drip Show. He said, I'm going to go ahead and ask him, can you make this for me? You know, as far as pop culture or sports related, doesn't matter. He can do it for you. I know he can. So go ahead. It starts off with a tremendous support by following and liking at Drip Show Shop on Instagram and Twitter. So before the guys get here, let me go ahead and set everything up for you tonight. The Lakers start the new year 2026 with a interesting little schedule quirk. Bear with me here with a home and home again against the Memphis Grizzlies. That's right. Our next game is against, drum roll, the Memphis Grizzlies. So the Lakers have two games at home against the Memphis Grizzlies. How would the first one start? Well, the Lakers got off to an early lead, leading at the end of the first quarter, 39-31, had as much as a double-digit lead then. They built it back up to a double-digit lead in the second quarter, but obviously they didn't care for it too much because the Memphis Grizzlies went on a 16-0 run to take a slight lead for themselves. And going into the break, the Lakers pulled out a small, I believe, 6-point lead at the end of the half. But the Lakers, after giving up, I guess, a third quarter that really didn't help them too much as far as on their end, as the Memphis Grizzlies came back and tied the score at the end of the third quarter. It went back and forth for much of the fourth quarter until a late run by the Lakers, buoyed by a great performance from Jake LaRavia, as we call him here on the show, Ravioli. Ravioli was good. It was tasting real good today. 21 points, 9 rebounds for him, 2 steals, and a clutch three-pointer in the final 2 minutes as the shot clock was going off. And I'll tell you what, he brought some energy today to the Lakers that we've been sorely needing. LeBron James, the newly minted 41-year-old, not too shabby for him. 31 points, 12 of 18 from the field, 9 rebounds and 6 assists. And oh, by the way, Luka 34 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists for him. Didn't like the turnovers from him or LeBron James, combined 10 turnovers from both of them. Marcus Smart also had 4 turnovers, along with his 13 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. As the Lakers go ahead and, in the closing minutes of the game, finally got some distance and pulled out the victory, 128-121. They're now 21-11 on the season. They're still in 5th place in the Western Conference, but with Denver obviously not having 4 of their starters in there, now is the time to start thinking about moving up in the standings. And hopefully we could do just that, because Houston got the message and they're playing well, winners of 4 in a row. San Antonio still holding out at in 2nd place, but you can see OKC already going on another winning streak as they've won 4 in a row, as they destroyed the Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Greenless Golden State Warriors tonight by, I don't know. Yay! A subscriber! Tell you what, though, tonight was a good victory for the Lakers as they pulled it out. And thank you so much, Dinho. Appreciate you subscribing. Always great to have a new subscriber. Thank you for liking, subscribing. Always great to have you here. But again, before the guys come in, want to go ahead and hit some of your comments. Looking forward to it. I do have a surprise for you guys. A returning panelist coming tonight after he does his report. JY says the Lakers should win the next couple of games. The Spurs will be the measuring stick. Gee, yes and no. It depends. With the hyperextension of the knee of what happened to Wemby, I don't expect him in the lineup, but we'll see what happens. If he's not in the lineup, I don't know if we can get a fair evaluation of a measuring stick, JY. And even when that's the case, and that's not the case, San Antonio has played well without him against Los Angeles. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But El Rosto has got a message for Drip Show. He says, how do I order some swag if I don't have Instagram or any other social media? So Drip Show, if you catch that message, please go ahead and message El Rosto either on the Discord that we're all on, or if you can go ahead and message him here in the chat. You can, if you have an email, or if you want to do it through me at LakersFastBreak@yahoo.com, let me know. I'll be glad to help and see if I can get all the, the information that you need. But yes, El Rosto would love to go ahead and have something made from my man at Drip Show Shop on Instagram and Twitter. But once again, thank you so much for our new subscriber. Truly appreciate it. The Lakers win 128 to 121. While the guys get over here, and hopefully we'll be able to join on in just a sec. Again, great performance from Jake LaRavia, giving us the energy that we needed tonight. Maybe it's a little bit of revenge for him, for the team that didn't see a future with Jake LaRavia and let him go from the fourth-year rookie option on his contract, and then eventually became a free agent that the Lakers signed. So we'll see if he can continue this performance with Austin Reeves out of the lineup. This is sorely needed. 3 of 6 from 3, 9 rebounds, like I mentioned. The Lakers themselves absolutely, really kind of made it stretch out as far as the game is concerned, a little bit longer than I was comfortable with. But in those final 2 minutes, they executed down the stretch. And people want to know why that the Lakers are doing as well as they are with so many metrics that are not in their favor. Well, it starts with the games in the clutch, as the Lakers have a great record in the clutch. I think it was 10-0 now, 9-0, 10-0. I think that's a really good record for the Lakers in the clutch. That's one of the reasons why they're at where they're at in the Western Conference right now. Tough So Drip, can you make me a Willie Mays canvas job? Well, there you go. Drip Show is getting all the business tonight. Absolutely. Absolutely indeed. Please go ahead and support at Drip Show Shop on Instagram and Twitter. Tough So's asking for stuff. El Rosto's asking for stuff. Oh, that's so great to see you guys supporting the fellow Lakers community indeed. Once again, truly appreciate you joining us. BTS, Happy New Year to you as well. The Experiment, love the game. Awesome game. So hopefully the Experiment can actually get in here as well. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Joe Soro Experiment, a very good channel where he shares his opinion on the world of sports as only he can. Once again, the Lakers do win 128 to 121. So I want to hear your thoughts, guys, on the game. Jake LaRavia with the clutch performance tonight and the clutch 3 as the shot clock was winding down, less than a second left when he made the 3, and absolutely, I think, was one of the almost, I think you could say, dagger shots the Lakers made down the stretch that helped cinch this game. Joe Soro is partying tonight. He is not going to join us, but hopefully we'll have our other comrades in arms stop on by. Mark, if you said you wanted to join, my friend, you're more than welcome to do so from down under in Australia. Absolutely. You've got the email, so hopefully you can stop on by. But once again, great to have you here. Mars, very impressive performance from Luka, 20 free throws, attacking downhill and dunking on people. Yes, Mars, absolutely. 20 free throws. I understand the criticisms about Luka's game, but there are still, as I mentioned, several people in the NBA that go fishing or grifting or hunting for fouls. And if it's their night to do it, absolutely, we see what happens, because the 3-point shot again for Luka was not working, 1 of 7. So he has to find ways to score the basketball. And tonight he was very crafty and helped creating those bumps, those hits, those smacks by the Memphis defense, getting to the free throw line and converting 17 of 20 free throws tonight, helping boost his score tonight as far as 34 points from him. The turnovers, again, did not like the fact that between him, Marcus Smart, and LeBron James, turnovers, but still, we were able to go ahead and get it clean when we needed to when we needed the most in the clutch in the final 2 minutes to get the victory tonight, 128 to 121. Nick T, great to have you here. The ball was moving tonight. Love the way Luka attacked the basket. It didn't settle for threes. I agree with you 100% on that. I don't understand why Luka doesn't attack the basket more. I could just tell you why, because a lot of these times these players just fall in love with the 3. They see one go in and they think they're going to hit 10 of 10, and they just can't get it through. Not working for them and need to find alternate resources as far as what they need to do to score points. And you're right, he is so good at crafting the ball, at going ahead and getting foul and getting contact. I understand. There you go. Absolutely, my friend. He is so good at getting to the basket or getting fouled. I understand it makes everybody, makes a lot of people angry as far as that. But Nick T, you hit it right on the head tonight. Absolutely something we needed to see from him. But here today, also as well, good man indeed. He actually got to see his brother in arms, his fighting brother in arms earlier today. It is, of course, my good friend Xbox, who did get to see Sports Baby. I'm glad we could all, because of Lakers Fast Break, put this all together.
Reluctantly.
Yes, reluctantly, you two saw each other. I think might even show proof of that even later on if I could go ahead and download it. But Mark, great
Please
to have
don't.
you here. Please don't. Okay, I won't. All right. With that said, great victory by the Lakers tonight. Again, people wonder why, with all the metrics not in the Lakers' favor, how do they keep on getting it done as far as their record is concerned? Well, it starts with the games in the clutch, and the Lakers are one of the best teams in the clutch right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, when we get to the clutch though, Gerald, because other than, tonight, and I mean, when we win, we're good in the clutch, but when we lose, we're losing by 20 points. So it's a bit of an aberration. I mean, tonight for me, talking to the boys before the game, which includes No Joker, shout out to No Joker, shout out to Tough, who was always there with us in Discord now, unfortunately, because playback's not available. But, further to that, shout out to everyone in the chat, Drip Show, Nick T, Kurt, Jay, obviously, Hyungmin Son from Korea, and the rest. Everyone's, here when we need them. Tonight was about the win for me, Gerald. Man, can you imagine if we were having this conversation and we lost? Where we'd be at, it would be dire straits, to the point where I was thinking JJ's head was on the block. So, everything for me tonight was fairly positive. There was a little bit of, concern with the runs that Memphis went on to come back into the game. But at the end of the game, at the end of the day, we won the game. And we have to shout out some people that don't get much maligned when we lose. Jake LaRavia was crucial tonight, guys. So anyone in the chat right now, there's a lot of LaRavia hate when we lose or he has a bad performance. Come on, guys. The dude's like a 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th best player in your team. He's always there when we need him. The dude scored 17 points in a quarter one game. So, you can criticize a guy like Jake, but tonight he steps up. To his credit, LeBron, I thought, kept us in the game in the first half. I've had a lot of issues with LeBron since he's come back, but tonight he was crucial because Luka just couldn't score in the first half. I mean, it was, he could score by way of free throw, but he was really, really struggling. And when your superstar's struggling like that, your second man's got to step up. Kudos to you, LeBron. DeAndre Ayton, man, I'm looking at you, bro. I looked at Rui, and now I'm looking at you. What is going on with your mentality, man? You've got to be way tougher than that. This is a Laker team that needs you. And tonight, especially the first half, I thought he was so laconic, so slow, so unimpactful. I mean, he had his moments in the second, third and fourth quarter because you're so big. You're 6 foot. You're 7 foot. You're going to have a natural impact on the game, but he's got to want to impose himself more. Poor game by DeAndre Ayton. Who else can we throw in the mix? Marcus Smart, average game, but good enough. At the end of the day, there was contributions, and then Luka was able to have a poor first half, great second. So, I'm going to take it, and I'm going to take the win every day of the week. But, we still got underlying issues, man. And for everyone in the chat, where are you at, Lloyd? Where is Lloyd at today? Because he's my number one. He's the reason I haven't been able to be in comments lately, because he goes so hard on AR. What are you looking at, Lloyd? AR is the reason we won half the games this year. Okay? Yeah, he's not a perfect player. I don't want to make him the second best player, most played in our Laker team, Lloyd. But at the end of the day, man, the dude has contributed beyond belief, okay? And right now, we're a squad of players. You can't just trade people right now. Okay, we're in the trade window. Get realistic, man. AR is a big part of this team. And if we're going to go anywhere, unless they trade him for something better, AR is crucial. So, yeah, we are missing our second best player effectively, and we won tonight against the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm going to take it. Like, you know, Jackson Hayes, shout out to you. A couple of great dunks. A couple of great momentum-changing things that you've done, Hayes. Like, you know, overall, it's okay, Gerald. You know, we've still got a Luka, you know, a superstar in Luka. We've got a guy in LeBron that's trying to integrate himself at age 41. So, you know, like, I don't know, man. You come onto the chat the last game, and I'm sorry if I'm talking too much, but you come onto the chat last game, Gerald, and it's like we've won no games for the season. We're still in a position to get second spot in the friggin' West, man. So let's at least try to ride the boys hard. And don't, you know, okay, we break it down, Gerald. You know, we're still concerned overall. Are we a championship team? Fine. But let's be a little bit positive about the team. And I'm going to take the win tonight. We won, so let's move on. You know, like let's roll now. Our next game is against them. If we can win again, Joe, we just go again.
Well,
we just keep winning, man. It's all about winning for me.
Well, first off, Intel Wild, thank you so much for the super chat, Intel Wild. He says, can I get Xbox's autograph? He's looking for your autograph. So
reluctantly, yes.
Yes, maybe he can email.
You can, but it's worth nothing.
Yes, maybe he can email it to you, Intel. But I'll say,
I know, Intel.
Lakers are 3 games behind San Antonio right now, but they have Memphis, they have New Orleans, 2 very winnable games. But a back-to-back after New Orleans is San Antonio. They can make up for lost ground and make up maybe as many as 2 of those games in the next week, so we can see what happens. But with Denver having the issues that they are, Houston looks like they're taking advantage with 4 wins in a row. It's just up to the Lakers to match what Houston is doing right now. And San Antonio, they're winning just enough to stay in second. But if the Lakers can win their next 3, they could put themselves back, like you said, Mark, at near the top of the Western Conference.
And that's what we've got to be aiming for. Like, don't get me wrong, you know, and we keep saying it, you know, break down the squads. You know, Spurs, would we rather have the Spurs squad or the Lakers squad? Fine, the Spurs squad. You know, same with OKC. But it's sort of like, it doesn't work like that with basketball. And I keep saying this. And Intel, fair point. And yeah, I agree. You know, to make second place is going to be a miracle. But you've got to look at it like this, man. You've got a player like Luka, who tonight was terrible in the first half, still managed to get 18, 20-odd points because he can go to the line. And then in the second half, it's like, okay, if he locks in and can score to any degree, we're going to win. Luka's not, you know, we've been used to watching superstars like Kobe Bryant and, you know, like dudes, like Luka's a different kind of superstar. He sees the game differently, like the way he approaches the game. It's not as fast paced. It's at his own pace. He scores at will, but it's not, he's not dunking on players' faces. So you know, I'm sort of getting used to watching Luka. But at the end of the day, when you see his stats line, man, it's epic every single game. So when you got a player like that, you've got a chance, man. And then you sprinkle into the mix LeBron. LeBron was great in the first half. Second half, LeBron, honestly, he might have just gone, I'm just going to chill. I'll let this guy ride us and we'll win the game. But in the first half, he was crucial. And that's all I've wanted to see from LeBron this year, is that sort of the ability to adapt to what Luka's doing. And he did it tonight. So, man, I'm not completely down on the team. Don't get me wrong. You can't compare us to OKC in that. They got young superstars, young MVPs. They just won the chip. But I've always said this about Luka. When you can carry your national team to 3rd or 4th in Europe, when your nationality has less than like 2 million people, you're crazy good. You're crazy good, and he can do that for us. So, I'm always a hope in a game, and I saw it tonight. You know, I was ropeable with what Luka was doing in the first half. He was shooting threes, ill-advised. You know, he does that a bit. That's where he's got to get smarter too. But I don't know if it was JJ or someone in the coaching staff that said, mate, cut this out. Like, second half, be smart, play smart. And he did, and we won the game. So, you know, like, people are talking about Memphis tonight. I don't know what injuries they had, Gerald, but I don't think it was many. You know, at the end of the day, Ja Morant's their highest paid player. Jarrett Jackson Jr. is second. They had Aldama out there. You know, they didn't have a bad squad. So, you know, they're anyone that comes to the Staples Center, crypto, they want to win. So, you know, we've got to take the win and build on it. It's all about building on it now and good habits. Like Nick T, he said he was being positive. I'm not sure he was, but because of his previous form. But he mentioned
Tonight
that
he
Luka was
pretty
moving.
positive. He was.
He was. I'll give it.
I'm gonna give him a lot of credit.
I will. Okay. Shout out to Nick T and shout out to I saw Bloodhound and Thane as well in comments. Man, it's pretty sick to see, you know, the same sort of people in 2026. So shout out to them. But you know, Nick T was like, okay, you know, Luka passed the ball effectively because he wasn't scoring, so it made the team better. Not a bad comment if that was the actual reality. I probably didn't feel like he was passing the ball enough in the first two quarters, but when the ball moves, man, we look good. And, you know, hopefully Luka, you know what? I do probably agree with Nick T a little bit because I was going savage on Luka the first two quarters. He wasn't moving the ball enough. So if he can move the ball, hey, man, we're not that bad, guys. Like, you know, the Earth's not imploding at the Lakers. Put it that way. It feels like it is when we get a loss. And don't forget, Gerald, who are we missing? The technically second best player in the team, by reputation third, and the fourth best player in the team. So any team that misses your third and fourth best player is going to struggle to a degree. And we got up. So let's focus on some positives tonight. Vando, shout out to you as well. When you were needed, you hit a couple. Was it one? It was probably one. Might have been two. Very rare as two timely threes, but he definitely hit a three when he was needed. You know, at the end of the day, if you're going to pass him the ball, he's in a 3-point position. He's going to shoot, isn't he? You know, sometimes it's up to the players when they pass him the ball, but you know, he scored and he was effective defensively. So yeah, you know, Maz Fart Sports. Not sure I should have read that name out, but he's just made a point about Aiton's last 5 games. That's where we've got to be concerned about someone like an Aiton who just can't impose his will on the game.
Well, that's what I want to talk to you about, and I'll talk to you guys out there as well. I do truly appreciate you joining us. It is the Lakers Fast Break. The Lakers do win 128-121. The Lakers now 21-11, still 5th place in the Western Conference. But you mentioned DeAndre Ayton, and tonight I reminded you guys that he played against mainly Triple J tonight, Jaren Jackson Jr. And we talked about Jaren Jackson Jr. Has all the potential in the world, but often leaves you wanting more. But tonight you saw several reasons why from Triple J, what he can bring to the table, dribbling at full court on multiple occasions and getting himself easy layups, stretching it out from 3, getting rebounds inside and blocking shots. And the thing is, he was in the same draft as DeAndre Ayton, and DeAndre Ayton was the number 1 pick, and Triple J was the number 4 pick behind Luka Doncic. That's how interesting this parameter is. And I'll bring in Legend here from I Got Next Sports Media. Great to have you here. I want to bring the question to you, Legend. I'll bring it back to you, Mark, as well. When you see DeAndre Ayton, now mind you, it's less than $10 million. Okay, it's right. So right now it's cost effective, and you're getting about on average 14, 15 points and 9 rebounds. But in the recent week, 2 weeks that he's played, his numbers have been down considerably. And tonight he got abused several times by a guy who was drafted in the same draft after him. and you see the development. So when you talk about what we've seen from the course of their careers from DeAndre Ayton and Triple J, I think we saw it in a nutshell tonight on what happened and why maybe you don't want to go in or all in on a guy like DeAndre Ayton, legend.
Yeah, he pretty much showed why you gotta be kind of skeptical about giving him a certain contract because of the motor issue. That's the same issue you had in Phoenix, same issue you had in Portland. You're pretty much getting the same thing here. I actually would have thought the motor would be at least a little better, knowing that you're playing for your NBA career at this point. But you still had them games when it happened, so it's on him at this point. It's not much anything nobody can do. It's all it's on you. He got to step up. But I'm not surprised though. That's Aiden being Aiden at that point. Just a lot of people saying who the real Aiden is.
Absolutely. So,
Yeah, man.
and
Which is
that's the
hard.
thing. Well, I mean, that's the thing we have to
Hard to
concern
believe.
ourselves
Yeah.
because, if we want, and I get, like I said during the broadcast, Mark, I get lots of people wanting this team to be better, wanting to make trades to make this team better. But obviously, Rob has indicated by his actions that he may be looking ahead to the summer of 2026 before he really builds around this team. But one thing the Lakers
Yeah.
do need among the myriad of things besides athletes, shooters, et cetera, is more competent size to go alongside DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, nah, fair enough. But you know what? What Rob Pelinka should be doing and looking at for 2026 is his resignation, man. I mean, give me a break. Like, the clown has pretty much ruined. When you think about it, you go back to, and we spoke about it today, and John Costa, my man, Happy New Year. Great to see you, John,
Happy
and
New Year,
Lefty,
John.
Happy New Year,
Gerald.
man.
Yeah,
Happy New Year, John.
it's awesome to be together, boys. And I saw Bari today, so I'm obviously struggling mentally. Probably won't ever get over seeing Sports Baby in real life, but yeah, he was as cooked as we think. But no, all good. It was a good time. But yeah, like for me, like Rob Pelinka talking like that, I don't know, Gerald. Obviously, you look at Ayton and you realize, okay, he could be the best second center in the NBA. But unfortunately, when you're a 7'1", 28-year-old and you're drafted as the number one pick, like, it's, you're rarely going to be seen as like a second guy. And is he going to take that role? Like, it's very tough for me, like, okay, didn't play well tonight, and last few games has seemed very laconic, but we also have to give him his kudos too. The dude's on no money, and he has played well at times for us. So, you got to look at it, guys. Like, imagine it's like when you work with someone, right, and they're on 100K more than you, like, and you see their output, and you're like, okay, dude, I'm doing more than you, but you're on 100 grand more. Like, you sometimes don't feel right. So I'm not sure if that's a part of what Ayton goes through. I don't think it is. Like, he clearly has some issues mentally, but at the same time, he's serviceable, Jared. He's not our superstar. Our superstar is Luka Doncic. It's John's boy, LeBron James. It's AR when he's available. It's not DeAndre Ayton. He's not the same player he was in the Suns. So is he serviceable? Yes. Do we need more? Absolutely. But we won tonight. So, you can get caught up in it all, but at the end of the day, we won. So, we need more. And, interestingly, JJ's commented that, because Hayes was playing better, they kept Hayes in the game late. Fair enough. That's what you got to do. That's a smart tactical move, JJ. It is what it is. Ayton's not going to Ayton, all he cares about is winning. So we'll see what happens, Gerald. Like, you can't tell me that the center position is the one that's going to win us the chip. Like, where we're at is on guys like Luka. It's on LeBron. It's on AR to a degree. These are our scorers. So, individually you can get, you can smash Ayton every second of every game. We know he needs to do more, but hey, we won tonight, and he played against Jarrett Jackson Jr., who was in his draft class, and he got the win over him. So I'm just going to focus on some positives, man. I love that light, John. We haven't seen that light in a while.
Once again, it is, of
True.
course, the Lakers Fast
Like a
Break.
year.
Truly appreciate you joining us. The Lakers win 128 to 121. Intel Wild says 8 and tonight, 25 minutes, 2 of 4. Overall, 0 free throws, 6 rebounds, 1 turnover, 3 fouls. And again, just a disappointing performance. Again, if he's looking for big money in the offseason as of late in the past couple of weeks, he's certainly not playing like it. But here today to go discuss today's game. Good man indeed. He returns to us to start the new year. The entire chat is wishing him a happy new year indeed. Please go ahead and like and subscribe to Lakers Corner today, wherever you get your social media. It is, of course, the man, the myth, the legend himself, John Costa. John, good to have you back. The rumors of you not being here because you intensely hate Joe Soro because of his opinion on the GOAT is not true. And I want to make sure that that's clarified. But great to have you here. A great 2 minutes to close out the game. And again, as I said earlier, John, they're not making things easy for themselves. And of course, their statistics bear that back as far as just, it does not look pretty. But the biggest stat that does go in their favor is clutch points in the clutch minutes, and that goes to the Lakers, my friend.
Yes, no, exactly, Gerald. First of all, it is so great to be back, man. Appreciate everybody here in the chat. Xbox, great to see you. Legend, great to see you. Gerald, Joe, everybody here, man. And no, I did not leave because of Joe doesn't like LeBron. In fact, we have been talking to Joe and Gerald more than anyone actually recently. I was gone for a little bit because I got T-boned. My car got smacked. I was in the process of getting another car. I caught the craziest fucking flu. It was wild. But you know what? All that is in the past. I'm here today. I'm so happy to be here, man. So Nick T, Tough, everybody, great to see you guys. Happy New Year. But let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about it. Yeah, JSJ, I know Joe's not here, but I just said it,
Convenient how that is. You return and Joe is not here.
Well, I did say I was going to be here on Friday. So, well, I'll be here on Sunday too. So maybe let's see Joe's here on Sunday.
I'm just saying.
Where is Joe?
Conveniently absent. Said he's partying too much tonight.
Partying too much. Joe decided to party and not talk hoops, huh?
Party too.
Hey,
Georgia.
Come on. Yeah, I know Legend happy because of that, because of Georgia. But
no, we lost.
Oh, y'all lost today?
Yeah, they lost to Mississippi. Now the problem is for Mississippi, will they have enough coaches for their next game, or do they have to all go to LSU? We'll find that out here in the not too distant future. But your thoughts on the game, my friend. Again, I know you have your 3-minute report that people need to check out, but in that 3 minutes, though, in the last 3 minutes of the game, that's where the difference was made tonight.
Absolutely, Gerald. And I feel like if we could sum up this game in one way, it'd be that this game was just the definition of a game of runs. We came out, we went on that big early run early in the game, came out great defense, and then Grizzlies called a timeout. They tied it back up. LeBron and Nick Smith Jr. in that first quarter, they end up with those pairs of threes to put us up. Second quarter, we started a little bit of a run. Grizzlies timeout, go on a run. And I feel like it was like that all game long. Truthfully, to be honest with you guys, I think that we could have had this game handled a lot earlier than when it did. Only because I feel like a lot of the times we were playing down to their level. Like we would play down to their level and then allow them to be able to go on these runs, or just play lackadaisical defense and allowing them to get to the cup at will. But then at times that we locked in, we would go on 12-0 runs, 15-0 runs or 15-4 runs. And I feel like if we could just play like that throughout the entire game, we could have put this game out a whole lot earlier. But no point in talking about coulda, shouldas, and whatevers, right? Because that's not the case. But what is the case is exactly what Gerald said, is those last 3 minutes. And that's what I love, though, Gerald. I love the fact that, yes, this was a game of runs, but the thing is, y'all, the Lakers went on a run at the most important times. my whole life playing basketball, all my coaches have told me, you want to win games, go on runs at the end of the quarter. At the end of the second quarter, go on a run. At the end of every single quarter, go on a run and watch how that puts it together. And if you look at this game, that was the story of this game. That is how we beat this Memphis team. Now, to Kurt Smith's point, because I really love what Kurt Smith said, and this is actually something I mentioned in my 3-minute game recap. So if you haven't checked that out, please do go check out my channel, Lakers Corner, do 3-minute game recaps on there. And one of the things that I even mentioned on there at the end was, y'all, I'm gonna be real. Like, we're beating teams that are not good. Like, we're beating teams, and I'm pretty sure we're like 7 and 8 above teams that are 500, right, Gerald? So like our record.
Curtis Smith mentioned that we beat a sorry Memphis team tonight on the super chat. Thank you, Curtis. Truly appreciate the
absolutely, Curtis, legend, Curtis. But I just wanted to say, like, I feel like, you know, when you look at the Lakers record, to be real with you, at times it can kind of look a little bit deceiving, because exactly what Curtis said and what King Cora just said too. We're barely beating, or we're smacking shitty teams. And I feel like sometimes when we can look at that win-loss column, we can feel good. We're like, oh yeah, we're sitting real good. But a lot of the times we're really just smacking weak-ass teams. So how much does that mean? And how much is that actually going to matter when it's time to beat the good teams, when it's time to beat the teams that you have to beat to actually get somewhere, right? Because like I just said, you know, like how Kurt was saying as well too, we're 8-7 against elite teams. That's a terrible record to have against the teams that you want to be beating. I don't care about beating the Kings. I don't care about beating the Grizzlies. I don't care about beating the Jazz, like these mediocre teams. I want to know that we can compete with top teams in this league. And as of right now, the answer is we really can't, because men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. 8-7 is not a positive record. But hey, like how Mark said, we got the win today, and the sun is shining through Mark's screen, man. He got his sunglasses on. He's in full vacation mode, man.
He got to see sports, baby.
Oh, he got to see SB, man. I want to be where Mark is right now. He look like he having fun. He look like he by the patio, got the beach behind him and everything.
There's actually, if you look at our WhatsApp chat, there's a.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Mark. But I was just going to say, as Sports Baby, aka Vari, invaded Surfer's Paradise, and the picture is of Mark running away, trying to run away after Vari made physical contact with Mark. I just wanted to make sure
that's in the WhatsApp chat. I need to see that.
Yeah, that's in the WhatsApp chat. Yes, you got to look and see. But let me bring you back in here. There's a question that Jose, I think that again, talking about what the Lakers did tonight, especially Luka, 17 of 20 from the free throw line. And again, 34 points from him, legend. But this goes back to something he noted over the course of the years. And I'm not going to say in here and deny it, my friend, but he said, someone talk about the plus 1,200 free throw differential since 2022. Remember, differential isn't just free throws attempts, but it's also free throws given up. The Lakers have the best whistle and give up the worst whistle. Come on, man. LOL. Now, Jose, I'm not going to sit here and tell you differently about the free throw differential, but the Lakers have had individuals over those years in LeBron, Anthony Davis, now Luka, and you could even say to an extent Russell Westbrook, who were always trying to fish for fouls and have always tried to fish for fouls and repeatedly been at, near or at the top of the list of those who get the most free throws per game. It is a part of the structure of their game. I'm not going to kid you differently. The question is, when the Lakers don't get those calls and don't get those abundance of free throws, what is their team really like? Legend, your thoughts on this from someone who is not a Lakers fan, but sees the game, who I've had a great conversation with just yesterday, if you guys want to check out our conversation NBA observations. But Jose, I understand, because we get thrown this all the time about the Lakers free throw differential. It's something that they've clearly put into their game plan. But the question is, what happens when the game plan doesn't always go their way, Legend?
I mean, pretty much like what you said, Gerald. It is part of their style of play. I mean, a lot of people already know the Lakers get a lot of free throws. It's pretty obvious, but they ain't the only ones too. Though a lot of people do leave that part out. They ain't the only ones. Though I
No,
mean, the
that I mean
Lakers get
James
that.
Harden, SGA. You could name like
Yeah,
6 to 10 individuals in the league. Trey Young that specifically look to get fouls. I mean Trey Young from your team.
I mean, I always say, if you want them to start on the free throw line, start fouling. That's all. That's all I can really tell you. I mean,
Come on.
that's just a pro move. If I'm this good at drawing fouls, that's on you to start
It's part of
fouling.
the game. It's part of the game,
Ain't nothing I can
honestly.
tell you.
It's really part of the game. It's really no different than what Harden did. Remember when Harden was hooking people? He was just getting by you. He put his arm through you and then go up, right? If you don't want to foul him, don't let him get by you. The only reason why he's putting his arm and going up is because he's getting by you. Or SGA, only reason why he's able to get to the free throw line so well is because he does the same thing. He gets the angle. Once he gets the angle, all he has to do is lean into you. If you don't want him to lean into you, don't let him get the angle. Or with Trey Young, right? Legend just mentioned it. You don't want Trey Young to do that little stop and pop, right? Where people like fall on his back. Okay, then don't let him get in front of you.
Or
Because if
James Harden, when he was always there at the 3-point line, the top of the 3-point line, always do the breakthrough through his arm. They were calling that. Now that I believe they've kind of stopped it or reduced that by quite a bit as far as the breakthrough type foul that he always used to get. Again, it's these players knowing the refs and how they go ahead and manage the game and plan their game plan accordingly. Now, again, Jose, I understand that as far as how they manage their teams, but Legend, as someone who again is not a Lakers fan but provides great NBA analysis for us, you understand that there are certain specific players who use that as a great part of their arsenal.
Right.
and
There's some people who just play off of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the thing, and even with that rip through move, Gerald, if you don't want to get hit with you don't want to get caught with that, don't keep your hand in the cookie jar. Only reason why people get hit with that rip through one is because you got your hand right there. You got your hand right there. All right, now I'm gonna just go up like that. It's easy. You don't want to get hit with that. Don't play defense with your hands. Play defense with your hands behind your back. Remember when Ricky Rubio, they were guarding James Harden with their hands literally behind their back. So don't want to get hit with it. Don't have your hands in a cookie jar.
But the question is, in the playoffs, when they make those calls less and less, you have to adjust your game and rely more on the game as far as making your jumpers, making your drives to the basket, finishing a lot better. You have to adjust your game accordingly because, as we've seen with James Harden, Legend and John, how many titles has he won?
That's
None,
kind of
but
why I
still.
think AR struggled a little bit in
Yeah.
the playoff.
Yeah. I mean, SGA is the only real of this conversation, and LeBron, that, in the recent memory, that really fish for fouls that have succeeded in winning a title because they were able to find ways around not just getting calls all the time, and they were able to adjust their game accordingly. So again, it's something that Luka has to learn to do in the playoffs because they're not going to give him the same kind of calls that they do right now. But enjoy it while it lasts is what I'll say, John.
Yeah. Hey, come on, brother. Look, it's all part of the game, and the only reason why I don't like it is just because of the way the refs call it. I would have rather the refs call it the whole way the entire year, just so
Yeah,
we can
same
know,
here.
how we're gonna play. It's like, all right, cool. If we're gonna play this way, let's play this way from the beginning of the season to the end of the season. It makes it really hard to guess, how they're gonna call it, when they're gonna call it. Are they gonna call it like this night? Are they gonna call it like that night? So that's the only thing that bothers me. But besides that, y'all, I mean, it's a game within a game, and if you don't want to play it, then get off the court. Honestly,
I'm telling you.
Nick, he does fish for fouls. He does fish for
Who?
fouls from time. LeBron. He does fish
Oh,
for
LeBron.
fouls from
LeBron
time to
fishes
time.
for fouls. But again, why would
From
you
time to
not?
time. It's
What-
not to the level of maybe what a Luka or an SGA does, but he, there's a reason why he's averaged for, in some years in double figures from the free throw line, guys.
Why would you not? So two things. So best league, I agree that like LeBron sometimes has a really bad whistle just simply because of like how big he is. So he'll just be getting smack, and they won't call anything because you don't really notice it because of how big he is.
But out
But
on the perimeter,
Exactly. But at that same time, and in the same breath, and two things can be true at once. And in that same breath, LeBron James does fish for fouls. Hey, legend, that view look nice. Boy,
Yeah, there it is.
Oh,
living
I'm
it
in
right
downtown
now.
Atlanta tonight.
All right, there you go, my friend. Absolutely.
But yeah, and again, like if I'm in the NBA and my point is to win the game, and I win the game by putting up points on the board, and I get a free shot, no defense, all I got to do is make sure you get in the bonus. Oh yeah, I'm doing every little ticky tack thing for me to get in the bonus as early as possible.
Jose says AR is literally a foul baiter if he doesn't get free throws. Again, there's another with Austin Reeves. He's learned that skill. Again, the Lakers have had their 2, 3, 4 players that are definitely very skilled at that art, for lack of a better term, if you want to call it. I didn't say it's right. I didn't say it's good. Obviously it ticks people off. The question is, Legend, when the game is on the line, when the playoffs are on the line, and you're not going to get as many of those calls, what can you do to circumvent that, your game, to modify your game, to make sure that you're still scoring at an elite level, to make sure you're making an impact at an elite level once those fouls that you're relying on so much start to run out?
At that point, you just gotta try. You just gonna have to. You just gotta make some of your shots to contact. You just gotta knock them down and just get better looking shots that maybe not as difficult because the foul call is not gonna happen. You're just gonna have to not worry so much about trying to get the fouls and just focus on looking the best looking shot that you can get because you know the call is probably not gonna come. So you just got to give yourself in the best position possible. And when you do get fouled, you just gotta try your best to make it because if you ain't a particular player, you more likely probably gonna get that call. I would think LeBron probably get that call, but like AR, you're not getting that call. Yeah, no, you're not getting that call.
I mean, whether you call it a skill, an art, or whatever you want to call it, it is something to have the aptitude to understand what the refs will or will not call during the course of the game against the player defending you or players defending you. So it takes some type of aptitude, skill, art, whatever you want to call it, Jose. I understand you hate it. I understand you. And I cannot say I'm in love with it either. I do not like seeing a parade of free throws from Luka, SGA, Harden, Trey, whoever you want to mention that has this aptitude for it. It is sort of easy points for them, and you wonder, okay, if they didn't get those calls, would they still be averaging or making the kind of impact in the game as they would be if they didn't get those calls? Again, I didn't say I like it. It is what it is. And if you are a player that understands, Austin Reeves is a great example. Austin Reeves, he fishes for a lot of fouls. Didn't say I like it, but it's obviously something in the game plan for these teams, for these players, and it's obviously what they do in order during the season to win themselves some games. Mark, did you want to add on to this? Because again, I understand from the side of Jose. I completely do. It's not fun seeing a parade of free throws by one player again and again and again. We play OKC and we see SGA going to the line 20 something times. It's not fun. The opening game of the year and saw Jimmy Butler stroke 16 to 20. Was it over? I think it was 20 free throws plus. It wasn't fun to see. But again, it works for you and works against you. And over the course of years, as Jose has mentioned, it has worked in the regular season much into the Lakers' favor.
You're on mute, Mark.
Well, you're on mute. Okay, I got you on mute, Mark.
You can hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Yep.
Oh, good boys. Yeah, sorry. Thanks for your patience there, Gerald. For some reason, my phone started overheating because it's so hot here. So, hence the the lack of attire. I'm sorry to everyone in chat who's probably scared off right now, but could be worse. I'm 40, guys. So look at me through rose-colored glasses. But yeah, look for me tonight. I mean, not a worry. Like, you're talking about the fouls to Luka?
Seven, like for instance, 20 free throws for Luka.
Yeah, Jose's made a comment about too many fouls. Yeah, look, I felt that way as well to a degree, but at the end of the day, man, like Luka's on a Laker uniform, so if the fouls are for us and he makes the free throw shots, I'm all for it. At the end of the day, when you look at it, man, the dude brings the ball up full court and he's getting hacked the whole time. Okay. So, yeah, he gets the odd foul when he's shooting, but he's probably been fouled 3 or 4 times before the play. So, it's a really tough one right now in the NBA. It's like you're either going to call those fouls or you don't. And right now they're calling them for Luka. At one stage they might not. When it comes to the finals, it might not be there. So, you're going to take the fouls. That's the one thing that kept us in the game in the first half and kept Luka in the game. In the second half, he didn't have as many fouls. Like, he was scoring a lot more. So, like, yeah,
But if he doesn't
Jose's,
get those, if he doesn't make those 17 free throws out of 20, we don't win.
oh man, we're cooked. Like, yeah, but like, he's a superstar as well, Gerald. He's got the ball the whole game. Like, they're hacking him. So it's just a part of the game. We don't like it, guys. Like, we hate to watch a game that's full of fouls, comes down to the last 2 minutes, foul every second. Like, it's not how we want to play ball. It's not how we want to watch it. But like, that's one thing I sort of touched on before, John, Legend, and Gerald. Like, Luka's a different kind of star. Like, he's a different kind of superstar. Where, John, you're used to watching your boy LBJ, before that Kobe. They're a lot more dynamic in their play. Like, they would, take dudes down on, off the dribble and dunk on them. We're not going to see that from Luka. It's a lot more fidgety. It's technical. It's draw the foul. It's how he plays. Like, it's European sort of play. So we're getting used to that as a fan base. We're getting used to how much he does complain to refs and talk to refs. It's not what we want to see the whole time, but it's how he plays the game, guys. At the end of the day, I'm going to back him, man. He's our superstar. And I am getting used to those moments where it's not Kobe-esque. It's a little bit, it's more modern day, man. Maybe I'm too old in the tooth, but modern day guys, like, they're gonna let you know. They're gonna let you know what's wrong. In the past, people would have shriveled up and not said anything. So Luka is a different kind of superstar, guys. But hey, man, when you think about what we had with AD, and look at AD in Dallas, man, the guy can't even play now. So it's all good, man. Like, I can't focus anything but a positive tonight with the win. And yeah, obviously you don't want 20 free throws to be the defining moment of the game, but there's a reason he got those free throws too, man. He was getting hacked like there's no tomorrow. So
yeah,
you got to look at it both ways, John. Like, you can look at it like, okay, fuck, so many. Oh, sorry, far out. So I'm so sorry. So many
That's
free
okay.
throws.
Joe's on this channel, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. That's right. Yeah, that's why I drew the inspiration. But so many for swearing. But for so many free throws, like, you can look at it both ways. At the end of the day, we won. We don't want to win games too many like that, but the guy's getting hacked all game. So I'm gonna take the win, and move forward.
Listen, man, Mark, if we won 82 games like that and
With
won
free
the
throws,
finals,
yeah, take it.
I will
Hell
take it.
yeah.
I'll be there
yeah.
like this.
And I'll just add this. Nick
Up
T,
to refs.
Yeah,
three
and the
times.
Warriors did it too. I would take it.
Three
Hell
times
yeah.
in his career, he's averaged over 10 free throws a game. And again, that
Yeah.
over the course of a long career, that's not a whole lot. But again, he fishes for free throws on the perimeter. He does. He does. He does. Now, again, he gets fouled a lot when he drives in the lane and doesn't get called. We've seen that. I understand that. But he does, out on the perimeter, fish for fouls. And we've seen that before. You've seen that before. So I'm sorry. While you're a great comment, and I truly appreciate the super chat where you said he's averaged 7 free throws a game for his career. He said, and that you say that's not fishing. No, the sea breeze is coming right back at you because he does fish for fouls when he's on the perimeter.
Oh my goodness.
I could show you video. I could show you replays. I could show you that he is savvy out there on the perimeter. And you and I both know he does. He does fish for fouls because when you've been in the league as long as he has, and you understand what these refs will call when you're out there on the perimeter as opposed to when you're going inside. It's when he drives. There's the question. He's obviously, like you said, as a man who's powerful, as big as he is, as athletic as he jumps, he obviously doesn't get the calls that he should be getting. But out on the perimeter, as his game has developed and he's become more reliant on the outside shot in his later years, thus part of the reason why his free throw shooting has gone down, is also the fact that he does fish for fouls from time to time as well. We've seen it, and I could clearly point that out to you on many occasions, and I will continue to do so, Nick. But you've been 1 for 2 today, and I will give you definitely the one earlier tonight on Luka, and I definitely will agree with you on that. Disagree with you here, but I definitely agree with you on Luka tonight.
I
But
just
once
feel
again, the Lakers do win tonight, close fashion, but we face off against them on Sunday. Who would I bring it to now? Legend, or am I bringing it to
No,
John?
I was just gonna say real quick, we have somebody who is doing some concerning type of drugs in our chat because
Oh, that wouldn't be the first time. Though.
Chase just said Luka is struggled under the bright light, not Laker material. This man is arguably an MVP this year.
Get off the weed, my guy.
No. Don't do weed
fentanyl.
like that. This has nothing to do with weed. This is
ASAP.
stronger than weed. Whatever you want, Chase, send that my way, Chase, because that's not no weed. We don't make you hallucinate like that.
I'll say this. I know that what is it? Who's it wanted to give Vando some love tonight? Oh yes, Pat. Welcome, Pat. Happy New Year to you, legend. We did see the highs and lows of Vando tonight. Did hit a 3, then airballed a 3. Did make a turnover when he had the ball right underneath for a basket and dropped it. But he did play some decent defense times as well. So again, with Vanderbilt, it's going to always be the highs and lows. And when you have someone like that makes a play that makes you say yay, and the next minute makes you say, oh, oy vey. It makes for some very interesting times when you watch a guy like Jared Vanderbilt out there, legend.
The one thing I will give him credit though is that jump shot has come a long way. So I give him credit on that part. He don't seriously put some work on that. So shout out to Vando for that much.
It's either going in or an air ball. Right now. That's all it is. Air ball or in for Vando at this point in time.
I will say though, that kind of the part about Vando, it's gonna be some iffy moments, but the defense part, that's what's gonna be for sure. But if he can keep working on that jump shot, I mean, he might become that 3 and D that you've been looking for. If he can continue to master that jump.
He gotta get in the gym.
Yeah, man.
And the crazy thing is, y'all, like, I never understood why, like, NBA players, like, I'm not asking everybody to be like Stephen Curry, but I never understood why NBA players wasn't all at least like, if I'm wide open, I could at least knock down like 5 out of 10 if I shoot 10. Because if you think about it, y'all, and I don't want no excuses. I played basketball my entire life. I know that finding a jumper is all about repetition. You go out there and you get up shots. And if your jumper is broken, okay, reconstruct it completely from the beginning. Start with form shooting. Start right rim. Take a step back. Take a step back. Take a step back. Every night before you go to sleep, flick it. Make sure everything is perfect. And in my opinion, there is no reason why any NBA player should not. I'm not asking them to be like Stephen Curry, but shouldn't at least be able to shoot. Of 10 open shots, hit at least 4 to 5 open shots. No excuse. You getting paid all this money in the world. You practice for like 3 hours a day. Let's say you practice for 3 hours a day. Team practice, film, weight room, all of that. You still got like 19 fucking hours. You mean to tell me you can't go get up another 3 hours of just you on the gun, shooting gun? They got shooting coaches. So that's my thing, is that, like, I've never had any leeway for players who cannot shoot in this league, just because there's just no excuse. You're just not putting in the work.
Gerald, I'll just quickly touch on that.
Yeah.
Like,
John, because I wanted to go ahead and feed it to you as far as for what Jake LaRavia, aka Ravioli, and the contribution he made. A lot of people in the chat are asking about him replacing Rui on a full-time basis.
Well, and that's where I'll come to John on my boy Ravioli. But to John's point, man, like I've never played basketball at a high level, John, but I've always shot hoops my whole life. Pretty much not daily, but every second day, third day, even now into my 40s. New Year's Day, I went and shot hoops. I just absolutely love it, man. And I look at a dude like Vando, and I think to myself, I can shoot better than you, man.
Real shit.
And I legitimately could
Yeah,
John, if I was in the game, I could probably get that 5 for 10 if I was
real shit.
that open. But it's like, you know yourself from playing with dudes and being around, there's just some dudes that just don't have it. They're uncoordinated. They're like a Vando. He's very like he's aesthetically perfect. He looks like a running back. He looks like he,
Yeah.
should be the best power forward in the NBA. But I just don't know if it's like the way his makeup or if he's coordinated enough, man. I'm seriously questioning it because like tonight, man, he got that, he got an open three, but then other times it's air balls. So it's a really tough one with like I wonder, you'd think he would be spending that time, John, like on his jump shot. And just whether or not he's going to be able to get to that level that we want, it's really questionable. But to his credit, man, like I've been, one of Vando's biggest haters to a degree, but man, he, when he plays defense, man, it's special. Like it's something that we don't have. It's sort of Marcus Smart level type defense. So you've got to look at it a few ways with Vando. Like, he's not a great offensive player. You want him to hit 5 out of 10, but he's not. But then he does defense that we don't have from other players. So it's a bit of a scratch your head type thing with him. But what do you think about that, John? Like, do you think like someone like him might not ever be that 5 and 10 guy from three, and we have to just accept his defense? It's a really tough one with Vando, man.
It really is a tough one. I don't know if he will ever become that shooter. And again, I don't care what Jose or anyone says. I hooped in college. I hooped my entire life. I'm telling you, dog, it is a repetition thing. It is
It
not
really is.
it's not like
Yeah.
dunking,
You
right? It's
boys
not
know.
like dunking. Like I had a teammate in college, bro. He would literally with flip-flops, one step, windmill that bitch. Bow, bro. I've probably gotten like 2 dunks my entire fucking life, right? But guess what?
Yeah.
Dunking has nothing to do. Shooting is a totally different thing. That's entire reps, and there's shooting machines, there's shooting coaches, there's
Yeah.
everything that you can do to get to fix your jumper. So if you're not doing it, you're just simply not putting in the work to do it. And Jose,
Yeah.
I guarantee, brother, you look it up, brother. I guarantee it. I'm knocking that shit down again. Open. If I have a 6'11" NBA player running at me, fuck no, bro. Come on, bro. I'm fucking 5'11" on a fucking amazing day, brother. I'm not knocking that shit down, but I'm talking about wide open jumpers. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I'm knocking that shit down, just like
It
I did
really
in
is all
college,
repetition.
just like I did in high
It's
school,
straight
just like
repetition.
I did throughout my entire basketball career. So absolutely, you don't get that repetition throughout an NBA game. You're unlimited. Absolutely, Jose, and I love that you brought that up. You don't get repetition
Yeah.
in NBA game, but you know what you do get in practice so that you can be better. You do
Hey,
get it in shoot around so you can be better. And again, it's not a one day you do this. This is, you know how you get better at basketball,
It's
Jose?
just over
It's,
and over.
come on, compounding, brother.
Yeah.
Compounding, brother.
Muscle memory.
Come on. When I was in college, I used to get up at least 400 jumpers a day. Easy, bro.
I
On
used,
the
I used to
shooting
get that
machine,
up in high
that shit
school
is
too.
easy.
Wow, man.
That shit is easy. On the shooting machine, you just sit there, bro. That shit is in
I'm good at soccer.
about 2 hours or so, nigga. You just boom, boom, boom. That shit, it come right back to you. Come right back to you. You can hit that shit to you on the move and everything. So that's one thing with Vando. I'll never have like, oh, you can't shoot. No, get in the fucking gym. And I also think even to the point where like a lot of the times we'll see him in that corner and Luka or somebody will navigate through the lane, get a paint touch, and force the defense to crash. And then we'll shoot, we'll hit Vando in the corner, and the defense don't even want to close out. It changes everything. So I think, not being able to shoot and the defense knowing you can't shoot, that really hurts you because then you end up playing in a 4-on-5 half court set whenever you're in a half court set.
And I just
But,
want to
but the
piggyback
high
off
school,
of
hey,
what
Jose, I know in high school, college, and I mean, when I was in college, for sure. I mean, high school, college, none of them are going to be NBA 3, but I'm still knocking that shit down, just like I was, because I played in the Sacramento Kings old arena, man, the Sleep Train Pavilion back in the day.
Legend, you wanted to add something on, my friend?
I was just gonna say when you mentioned about the limited minutes part, it really don't matter if it's limited minutes because The line, the floor part, it doesn't change. It's all the same no matter what you go to.
Come on.
Literally, that's how coach told us when we played in high school too. I was a 3-point sniper in high school and college. That's what I was known for.
Come
It's the
on.
Hell
repetition. It
yeah.
doesn't change. It does
Come
not
on.
change. It's
The
all
thing
muscle memory.
Legend gives me that vibe, man.
but the thing I want to mention
Steph
though
Curry of
is
the
that,
high school world.
well,
Sorry.
let me mention this, Mark, and then we'll go back to Jake LaRavia, Ravioli. But Dalton Connect, it was
Ravioli.
announced today during the press conference that he was going to get more time in the lineup because the Lakers are one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the league. And obviously he puts up 1,000 threes a day, or I'm sure he does quite extensively work on his shot, and we see him in garbage time. The last garbage time and during the Kings win, he had a great series. To get you'd think that give him the kind of confidence he'd need to start making some shots, but today 11 minutes, 0 points, Mark.
Well, I mean, honestly, man, like when you told me about JJ's comments, that he mentioned, or sort of we read the comments that he said Dalton Connect was effectively back in the lineup for a week and a half. I thought it was very bizarre language, man. Like, how can you limit a dude's like contribution to the team? I don't know, man. And then he's come out and he's played 11 or 12 minutes. Like, come on, man. Like, okay, Dalton Connect, yeah, fine. You've had your issues, but what the Lakers have done to Dalton Connect, I'm sorry. Could anyone withstand that? The dude was on the trade table. According to Mark Williams, man, who I've seen in an interview in that
JJ
I won't
Redick.
mention the
Yeah.
pod. Yeah, very good interview where he talks about the, small snippet, but how he was traded. He was talking about like Dalton connected, emptied out his locker.
Yeah.
I don't know if Mark Williams had actually I think he was at the Lakers facility, or like Dalton, you know it, Gerald, and we all know it here. From that moment, he has not been the same. Mentally, he has not been the same. Question marks on his mentality coming into the league. That's why he didn't get drafted at the age 20, 21, 22. It took him till the age 20. Obviously, there's question marks there. And when you throw that into the mix, man, it effed him up, for lack of the better word. Okay.
He did practice with Charlotte.
It meant,
sure.
hey,
crazy.
like, so
crazy.
you think about all that, you come back into the rotation, and I think after that, Gerald, as well,
Thanks, Kurt.
he went to the the All-Star game, and that was after the trade, and he played really well. He was like the second best player to Castle on that rookie team that made the second day of the All-Star. Like, I don't know, man. Does he just need a fresh start and he's
He
going to be
does.
okay? Yeah.
He does,
Is he
yeah.
not good enough?
He need a fresh
Fine.
start.
He needs a
he
fresh
does.
start and at least
Mentally, he's
commitment.
cooked.
At least a commitment to playing passable defense. I was mentioning that going to type that out for Mega. I mean, right now with the Lakers, he is one of the worst defenders in the NBA, and that's
you can't.
Yeah.
Gerald, for a young player to be the worst defender in your team is they're not trying, or they've given up, or their heart's not in it. There's something wrong. There's
If
just
we would have gone to Charlotte, I think we would be talking about a guy that's shooting 40% from three and getting 13 to 15 points a game.
Averaging.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, no, I was just gonna say, like,
you go.
Even to your point, Mark. Like, I think one thing that's like really big in this league, and a lot of players talk about, is just like the difference between good players and great players is the confidence level. These great players, like, they can miss 100 shots in the row, and they're gonna be like, oh shit, this next one's going in right here. I know this next one's going in. Dalton Connect. I think he's the type of player to miss 100 shots and be like, oh, damn, let me not shoot anymore because I can't shoot right now. Like, that's not how you're supposed to be in this. That's a fucked up mentality to have in this league. And then on top of that, your own team just gave you up. And then to, like how you guys said, he practiced with the other team, had to come back. And Mark, you made a great point about, Mark Williams. He was talking about how, he's like, literally, he said, quote, like, when he's like, I knew I wasn't going to be in Charlotte that next year because you can't stay after something like that. No. Well, guess what? Dalton stayed after something like that. He's
only gone down the pecking order.
Come on, bro. So he has literally lost his minutes recently in Nick Smith Jr. So like he needs a completely change of
does.
scenery, and I think someone that believes in him, and also like he's gonna have to work on his defense. Like, irregardless of what team he's on in this league, he's gonna have to work on his defense. But right now, no belief in himself. No, I don't think the team even
No.
believes in him, and he's a defensive liability. Yeah, this guy needs a change of scenery.
Should have been
Before we
traded
get
a long time ago, really.
exactly, I agree.
They should have
Before I
just
get to
gone with
legend
the trade.
on a team that you do support and an amazing victory tonight in MSG, I wanted to go ahead and hit Gasol Bro here, aka Mark here, real quick with LaRavia. You wanted to go ahead and touch on some things on LaRavia before I get it over to legend with
Ravioli.
the Atlanta's surprise win at MSG. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, man. We'll touch on that. And legend, I need you to specifically comment on why do you always win when you don't have Trae Young?
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to point out.
Because that's happening a lot. But you know, I do want to test before testing legend. I'm going to test John on my boy Ravioli. Bro, that dunk tonight, boom, jackhammer dunk, one of the best dunks of the night. We had obviously Hayes. Legend stepped. Legend scared about the next conversation, so he's left, which is cool. But hey, look, John, for me, I've always said this about Ravioli, and I know you don't feel about him the same as me, but like if I believe he can be a 9th, 10th, 11th best player on a championship team. For me, he seems to have fundamentals that, like these guys, like a Ravioli, John, he's not the focal point of the game. He like the next game, he might score 4 points because Luka and LeBron don't pass him the ball. He seems to me, when he's needed, he's ready. It hasn't always proven to be perfect. John, tonight he was great, man. He kept us in the game the first half. He's been consistent too, John. When you've had guys like Luka injured, you've had AR always injured. LeBron was injured for so many games. Rui went on like a 0 scoring run, and then all of a sudden is injured. I mean, you weren't even scoring, bro, and now
you weren't
you're
even doing it.
What's going on? Like, yeah, you eating too much. I don't know. You're drinking too much sake and Japanese curry. What's going on there, bro? There's question marks over him too. Like for me, Ravioli is at least solid. Do you know, in the last couple of weeks, John, have you sort of come around a little bit to him being someone you can sustain in the squad?
So I've came around to him a little bit more, and so because my issue with him at first, right, when we first signed him, was he hadn't done anything in this league prior to this year to even prove himself, right? He hadn't done anything to be like, all right, cool, we're bringing in this player to be this type of player. He hadn't really done anything to really prove himself. And then he came onto the team, and then at first he was extremely shy. He looked like he didn't believe in himself. I don't know if y'all remember that. He didn't believe in himself. And then he had that week where he went off for like that 25-point game. Then he had that week where he went off for
17 in a quarter. Yeah,
exactly right. He went off. And then in that time, I was in here. I was in the post-game chat with y'all, and I was telling y'all, this is the confidence I want to see him playing at. This is how I want to see him playing. He's putting the ball on the ground. He's looking to get to it. He's looking to do more than just simply be a spot-up shooter. And then all of a sudden, boom, he disappeared. He fell off the face of the earth, started playing with no confidence. And then I was like, all right, well, what the fuck, Jake? Like, if you're going to be out there, at least be confident. And the one that I will never forget, I forget what game it is right now, but he was bringing the ball up court, and he made a pass, and then he wasn't even confident on that pass, where he ended up throwing that shit out of bounds. And that's the shit with, like, it's indecisive. He was really indecisive. Yeah. But as of late, to your point, Mark, he's been great playing off stars, like, right? Like to your point, he's been great at being ready at all times. And I think that's what a pro is, being ready at all times, believing in your game, whether you just went off for 40 last night or whether you just went off for 5 last night. You got to come with that same energy and same confidence every game. And earlier in the season, I don't feel like he was doing that. As of late, I really do feel like he's found a way to make his game have his game affect the game, irregardless of how
if
he's
he's getting
shooting
touches.
or
Yeah,
how he's not. He's been playing a lot more confident. So me
call.
personally, I'm starting to come around to him a lot more, and even to the point where if Rui isn't bringing what's needed to the table, I think that there's times where I think starting a Jake LaRavia honestly makes sense, to be real with you.
Once again, it is the
Hell yeah.
Lakers Fast Break. It is Mark, aka Xbox, aka Gasol Bro, along with John Costa from Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner, and Legend from I Got Next Sports Media. Legend, I wanted to go ahead and discuss one of the big surprise games of the night, Atlanta and New York. And New York, with a win, would have moved into a tie for first place with the Detroit Pistons in the Eastern Conference. And might I mention as well, oh, guys, don't mention Adutiero to me. He is getting
Oh,
a little bit irritating. And not because I feel bad for the kid because of his injuries and
I
whatnot,
mentioned the
but
wall.
yeah, again, the Lakers traded twice in that second round and hopped over Maxime Renal, Muhammad Diawara, and Will Richard, who were all playing good minutes and getting good production out of all three of them. And Adutiero is injured again with the MCL. And I feel bad for the kid. I hope he comes back. Hopes to come back strong. But you got to ask yourself, how many of Rob's draft picks this decade have worked out? One. Just one. Max Christie, and that's it. But I will talk about another draft pick of
Legends
Rob's,
just chilling.
aka Bronny James, because the guy that was drafted after Bronny James in that Atlanta and New York game, Ariel Hukpori, got 16 rebounds. Guess how many rebounds Bronny James has so far this season? 10. So in one game, he passed up Bronny's entire season in rebounds. But
That's what happened. You got a real NBA player.
yeah, tell me about it. But with that, Atlanta pulled off the
What a
big
gun.
victory on the road and did it without Trae Young. You and I have talked
Yeah,
about
man.
extensively already about this, but I think it bears repeating as John had to go ahead and head on out. Yeah,
Yeah, John.
so yep, he's going to try and come back, but we'll see what
All right.
happens with John. But please go ahead and make sure you like and subscribe to Lakers Corner. But tell me, Legend, your thoughts. Convenient, they won on the road at MSG with a motivated New York Knicks team and didn't get the job done. So yeah, Atlanta got it done without Trae Young.
And they got it done in a fashion tonight. I got to give them Hawks credit. They did good. I was at the bar at my hotel here in Atlanta watching the game with other Hawks fans. We watching that good beating.
Nice.
I can definitely say, yeah, it might be time to go and pack them bags up for Trae Young and say, it'd been nice having you in the ATL, man, but you got to go. It's too much, man. It's too much. They look better without you. I can't deny the numbers, what you're seeing. Defense is 10 times better when you're not in the lineup. It almost like as soon as you come back, you can guarantee we finna get a L. You can guarantee it. You can book it. And that's
It's
what
not
kind
a
of been
small
happening.
sample size either now, is it? It's like it's almost automatic that he goes out and they play better. Which man, I don't know, Legend. Like, I wouldn't mind Trae Young on the Lakers too. Like, I don't mind the guy. Sorry, Gerald.
Gerald said,
Gerald.
oh no.
Yeah. Someone check up on Gerald. But like when I'm talking about Trae Young on the Lakers, I'm probably not talking
You know what? If
about
we get Triple
this
J
particular
on this team as
unit.
well, we'll have all four players, the four of the
Yeah,
top
I
five
know.
picks.
Yeah, from the
And get
same
Marvin
draft.
Bagley. We got to get Marvin
Yeah.
Bagley Jr. has to come off
Lock
the
it
bench.
in.
There you go. The entire top five from that.
I'm probably
draft.
thinking about Trae Young from a couple of years ago, but admittedly, man, I've loved watching Trae Young.
But let me ask you this, Mark.
But
When
yeah,
the same
he's not a winner.
questions about him and AR on the defensive end, like we have
Yeah,
for AR,
that's the
wouldn't that
question.
happen with Trae Young?
100%. Yeah, I thought about that when I said it, and I realized I probably shouldn't have said it, but I can't take it back now. But yeah, they're the same sort of player. You're not getting any D, and that's the issue with Trae Young, because you can sort of supplement what he does with maybe half the scoring, the same amount of assists, the same amount of rebounds from a player, and then everything flows a lot better. So it's tough, Trae Young was they sort of called him the second coming of Stephen Curry. He hasn't worked out that way,
Yep.
has he, Legend? But
Yeah.
Legend, can I I'm not a fan of the Hawks, but he's had some great moments, man. I mean, what he did at MSG, like the dude is still young, but you can see now there's more of a future for your team potentially without him. Obviously,
It
is that
looking
how
like
you
it's the
feel?
Jalen Johnson show right now.
Yeah, yeah, which it's a shame. But maybe he lands somewhere else and can take them to a new level. But Trey does seem like a kind of player that he's going to be very serviceable in the league, Gerald, but may never win a chip, may never be good enough to win a chip unless he really has some assets around him. And are you going to surround a Trey Young with assets? I'm not too sure. So see what happens. It's not dissimilar to the issue we have with LeBron James. Where you've got a superstar that doesn't sort of fit. I'm sorry, potentially the chat's going to go rank here, but when you break it down, does LeBron fit with a young Luka and this team? Not perfectly, guys. Like Trey doesn't fit with his team right now, so but man, mad kudos to the Hawks. I love when they love going to New York. Legend, they love playing in Madison Square Garden, what have you. They've beaten them before, so man, anytime I see the Hawks beat anyone, I think of you. But especially when they beat a New York, we'll take that, man. But yeah, back to the Lakers. Luka, great second half performance. DeAndre Ayton, you need to step up. LeBron James, good man. LeBron James, if he plays like this all the time, Gerald, we're gonna win more games than we don't because he stepped up when Luka wasn't playing well. And he had a couple of threes which were ill-advised, but mainly he was going downhill. I think LeBron played quite smart tonight, so I'll take LeBron's contribution. Ravioli, if you're going to play like this every game, you're going to get John eating ravioli every night, and he's on board. John's turning, guys. You saw that. He was sort of, it was a bit of a half turn, but I felt like he wanted to go all the way. So, Ravioli's coming. Aiton, you need to step up. Marcus Smart, keep playing at that level. Who else we got in the team that we can go through now? Gabe Vincent, man, if you don't start playing, get your face, get the hell out of LA. You play for Nigeria for some reason when you're born in the States. Go live in Nigeria and play there in the Nigerian league or something, because I don't want you in my sights. Gabe Vincent, you're gone. AR, come back. If you come back stronger than ever and you're more focused on the defense, I don't know, man. Rui Hachimura scores 0 points, but we win games. Like, there's still a hope, man. There is still a hope, guys. You got to look at it. Look, Denver, we were saying Denver, man, were the second favorites in the NBA. Are they the second favorites now? No, because they're injured, man. So injuries happen, players develop. Luka's still finding his feet, guys. It hasn't been 12 months. Next month, on the 5th of February, it's 12 or circa that. It's 12 months since he joined. So give it time, guys. When we lose, I said this, Gerald, I found it hard to come into the comments the last few games because when we lose, everyone just goes psycho on guys like AR, Luka, LeBron, Vando, trade everyone, trade this, trade that. Man, it's not like that, man. You can't just trade the whole team. At one point, we've got to back the team, guys. And when they feel like they're backed, man, they play at a different level. Gerald, I've told you from the start of the year, I believe this is a team that can win the chip. I still believe it because you got a Luka Doncic that when he plays at his best is the second or third best player in the league. Take Slovenia to the third or fourth, spot in a European championship. You think that's easy? Yeah, guys, you don't watch the European League. Well, my parents are from Spain, man. I watch it. It's not that easy, guys. He carries the team to third or fourth. He carried the Dallas Mavericks to the NBA Finals with a Kyrie Irving. You guys are telling me LeBron James is better. Let's go, Luka, man. Honestly, man, 2026, let's be a bit more positive as a collective, and hopefully it rubs off, man. Tonight was great. Like, yeah, ups and downs, but we won. It's NBA basketball. We keep complaining. You either get blown out by 20 points or you win by one. Well, tonight was a sort of semi-comfortable win in the end. So, and JJ, shout out to you too, man. because JJ has been much maligned, Legend and Gerald. Absolute carve up over the last few weeks. JJ's not a superstar, so he can't coach these guys. Come on, guys. They obviously respect him to a degree, man. We were 20-10 at one stage. So, man, I'm going to be positive about the Lakers, and I just can't. I look forward to the next game. If we win that, Gerald, we just keep rolling. That's how we roll. Okay, it's not perfect. Don't get me wrong, and I know you still have a lot of question marks over the squad, and we'll keep questioning the squad. But tonight, GG's, boys. I'm happy for the win. That's. I just wanted to say that in summary.
Once again, it is the Lakers. They win 128-121. Don't forget, the Lakerholics crew are coming tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. I already got it on the schedule for you guys. So those guys will all be arguing tomorrow morning for us right here on the Lakers Fast Breaks, the Lakerholic Spotlight. So can't wait for that. John is back here for just as we close things out here in just a few minutes. But Legend, I wanted to get this to you again, Mark. I'll say this before I get it over to Legend and John before we head on out. 41 years old, getting a 31 spot from him at a 41 age of 41. Okay, you got to go ahead and say, you know what, it's found money, because again, how many 41s have ever produced at the level that he has? Whether you want to say he's the GOAT, like right behind my head with the canvas art, courtesy of one at Drip Show Shop on Instagram and Twitter, or you want to go ahead and say that he's going to feel his age from time to time. That's true, but in the next 3 games against Memphis, against New Orleans, and then San Antonio right afterwards, we have to go ahead and keep that winning down because Legend, I'll bring it to you before I bring it over to John. And that is that OKC's winning once again. They've won 4 in a row. They destroyed a Golden State team. One of your teams, Legend. They destroyed them without Curry. Yes, it was that without Butler. Yes, it was without Draymond Green, but they destroyed them nonetheless. They're starting to put some wins together. This time last week, we thought that there would be there's a weakness with OKC after their losses to San Antonio. Now, again, we could be seeing another win streak. And now the question remains, is it, again, OKC and the rest of the league, Legend?
Right now, I'm just gonna say it's just me personally. It's just hard to compare anybody else to them. Give the Spurs a shot. I think the Spurs have figured out something amongst their team, but everybody else is just sorry, bro. You just not good enough. It's just the truth. You need it just ain't there right now. But anything can happen though. Like as Paul said, people get hurt. Stuff happens. So you just never know what happens, you know. But I think they is gonna probably string up some good wins and probably begin pulling away again. Personally, I said it probably a month ago. I think it's a wrap in the West. I think to me it's already kind of if you
Oh
really
boy.
sit and look at it, you got an idea who is gonna be to come out the West. To me, it's like 3 teams. Everybody else compete for second place. I think it's like 3. There's 3. Everybody else. Sorry, see you next year.
And
But
You,
and what are
you
those
know,
3?
yeah.
me personally, you got to go Oklahoma number 1. They proved it. I
Yep.
actually like the Spurs with Wemby right now. They look really good.
Rockets.
Rockets of Denver. It's just the
But
health part.
come on, that's crazy. You gotta put Denver in there.
Well, Denver right now, they're down
Yeah.
4 starters, John.
No,
So the
Yeah,
absolutely.
next
I'm
But
month's
worried
going
about
to
the
be brutal
injury
for them.
part right now.
but I mean, if we talking long term and like
Oh, yeah,
none
long
of
term.
this,
Playoffs.
Yeah, as long as the
is
playoff,
gonna
yeah,
it
they
shouldn't
can get
affect the
healthy.
playoffs.
Best leagues decided to put Mavs in there. Don't do it, best league.
Don't
Oh
do it,
God,
best league. The
best
Clippers
league,
are
don't do
playing.
that.
Watch out. Well, everybody's saying this. We're laughing. The Clippers have won 5 or 6 in a row, and they're now right in
Dude.
the play-in or at the edge of the play-in. So, again, they made their work hard for themselves, but don't fully clip on the
And
Clippers just
Gerald,
yet.
what a roller coaster of a career that Kawhi Leonard has had.
Yes.
Like the dude scored 55 points the other day. Apparently it's the only 50-point or certainly 55
That's
is
his
the
career
highest
high.
career high. And he's like, hasn't he been out for a better part of like 7 years? Like just a superstar that we may never see again. Just a dude that can not even front a camera.
hopefully, if
taking
the
all this
NBA has
money
its
and
way, we won't see him again for a
yeah,
year, because I think they should suspend him for all the stuff that
yeah,
he did
bloody oath.
behind
I,
the
Yeah,
scenes.
I want
Right?
to plant
still do
invisible
think.
trees and make money too.
Hey, I'm
Exactly.
not gonna lie, guys. I still do think that Kawhi is one of the most like disappointing superstars. Like I still wonder, like
Overall,
I still wonder, like what he could have been. To be real with you, just
yeah,
because of like as the
Yeah,
not only injuries, but just the amount of just like BS. I think he
yeah,
like even just gets into. To be honest with you, because truthfully, like if we're talking on the court wise, like this guy's a freaking animal. Like
bro.
so, if he could just like focus that in and like lock that into just on the court. Same thing with like Kyrie. Like Kyrie is one of the biggest like letdown
Yeah,
superstars. Like if you would have just stopped your little shenanigans and just played basketball, like oh my god, I wonder how good you actually could have been. To be honest with
and
you,
that's well said. Both of them have been full of shenanigans, like their whole
absolutely
career. Whether Kyrie, I mean, you can look at everything he's been through. That guy's shenanigan central, and then
right.
yeah, I mean, Kawhi Leonard took a rap. Okay, fine. Sorry, legend. But during that finals, okay, they probably won it because of the injuries to KD and Clay in the end. But he did take them to the West, the NBA finals. He beat Philly.
Absolutely.
He
Yeah,
beat it
absolutely. He
like and
equalized the league. He
man,
equalized the league.
and that was
It
years
was
after
yeah.
DeRozan couldn't take them there, John. DeRozan's a great player, but he couldn't. And then Kawhi comes in and he wins the chip. Like, who is this dude? This dude's he's like a
Two-way
mystery wrapped up
fucking
in a
animal.
riddle.
really,
Like,
he really should have stayed with Toronto on the low.
Should have
man,
stayed with Toronto,
yeah,
bro. Two-way fucking
Uncle Dennis.
animal.
Bro, yeah, he
Animal.
was. He was. Man, they used to talk about him in the same breath as like a Kobe and Jordan. Not sorry to say that in the same breath, but they thought he was of that ilk.
He
And
was
he
on that trajectory.
clearly, when you win a chip by yourself in a place like Toronto, and you're a shooting guard, you're not a Giannis who dominated that year with the Bucks. You're a pretty special player, man. But yeah, he just whether he's had a lot of family issues too. I don't know why we're talking about Kawhi. Let's talk about Luka and
Well,
Hey,
when
Lakers
you're
players.
Kawhi,
Sorry,
when
guys,
you're
got
Kawhi,
caught up in it.
well,
hey,
Mark, when you're Kawhi, you aspire to be something more.
Yeah,
There you
you
go.
t-
Mhm.
let me. Hey, real quick, I'm gonna.
Mm,
I was going to hit you up with JY.
under the table.
What are your
Yeah, no,
thoughts on
exactly.
Ben Simmons? Is no one a bigger disappointment?
So,
He a pro
so
fisher, huh?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
No.
Ben Simmons, I would still take Kawhi as a bigger disappointment than Ben Simmons. Not, of course, like as far
Mm,
as like the player he's been, just because of how great I think Kawhi actually could have been. But Ben Simmons is not too far behind, man, bro. That guy had it
yeah,
all.
man.
Mark, you want to talk about someone who just simply did
Right.
not put in the work to shoot? That guy right fucking there. And I'm sorry because I know he's from down under, like how you
Oh
are,
man, it's
brother.
breaking my heart.
But
I've
that
just
that
had a
guy
heart
right
attack.
there, he has let me down so much. And I remember when he got drafted, I was like, yo, why in the fuck are they gonna pair a point guard that can't shoot with a big man in a pick and rolls league? They're just gonna double the big, force this guy to shoot, and this guy's gonna be essentially useless in the half court set. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And even the way he went out is sad. Like, bro is just doing. I think he's doing everything but playing basketball,
He just
which
fishing
Nah.
now.
Yeah,
hurts
you
my
see
heart.
that? He's a pro
Hurts.
fisherman now.
Yeah, he's doing everything but fucking play basketball. And bro, look, for
Man.
me, like this guy got born with so much
Right.
talent, blessed, and come on, man. That
Well, we
shit pissed
talked
And
about
hey,
fishing
yeah.
before, though, but he's doing fishing of another kind.
Yeah, he's into that, and we'll let Legend touch on it. But like, the thing with Ben Simmons is, man, as an Australian, like, okay, we've had two number one draft picks from Australia, man. Andrew Bogut, who wasn't as revered as a Ben Simmons, man. Andrew Bogut coming into the league, don't get me wrong, he was talked about, he was great, and he had a great career. He won the chip.
He did.
Hey, legend.
Boy, he was
He won
wonderful
the
with the
chip. Let's
Warriors.
go. He was great there, and he had a semi-decent career filled with some horrific injuries, man. When you see some of the injury, and the one where he broke his arm on the court, it's like watching the Paul George snapping his leg, man. It's so bad you can barely look. So Bogut came along, great career. Ben Simmons, man, they were saying was the next LeBron. When you're saying you're the next LeBron and you're like a dude from Australia, man, the whole of Australia. I've said this before, man. I bought a Philly jersey. Man, I hate Philly. Like no like connection to Philly whatsoever. Philly jersey. I bought Philly Dooners. I bought all sorts of Philly stuff because of Ben, and I would make a point of watching every Ben Simmons game. It's been heartbreaking, man. And the worst thing is, guys, like he doesn't come back to Australia. He doesn't represent Australia. He's had so many chances to represent the Boomers. We call ourselves the Boomers for some reason. In the we have weird names for our national sports teams. Socceroos in soccer, Boomers in basketball. Massive issues here, guys. But nonetheless, like he's never played, man. He's been invited to every single Olympics, the preseason camp. Never comes, man. It just to your point, John, man, I don't know, like if it was he had the talent, but he couldn't get it out of himself, man. Training and just you can see that in him, man. Mentally, he's just
Just
not
didn't
quite
give a
there.
fuck.
And yeah, and whether it was the situation that they put him in with Embiid and the fact that that wasn't a perfect fit, but he also went there, man, because Brett Brown was there. Brett Brown was the Australian coach. Like they were quite close off the field. So I think he had a lot of comfort when Brown was there. Brown left, and he, under Doc Rivers, he imploded effectively. But what a shame, man! What a
What?
shame
Man,
from where
what a
this guy
shame.
was at, man. It honestly, man, it breaks my heart. I would have loved to have seen him win 3, 4 chips in Philly because he's Aussie, man. We back Aussies here.
Yeah.
Luke Longley's most successful player to date. Because he played with the Bulls and stuff, but he's not widely known. So yeah, man. Ben Simmons, if you're watching,
You let us down, man.
yeah, man.
You really did.
Give
Your
me
work
Kendall
ethic,
Jenner's phone number and you
and
let
we'll
us
call
down.
it. And we'll give me your phone number, and we'll call it
That's
even.
right. Yeah.
And
Hey,
but I'll
Take him
tell
on
you
catch
what,
me a
football.
good bass out there, though.
yeah, there you go. There you go, legend. But before we head on out, I did want to mention because we were talking about the 2018 draft and how Triple J looks like the number one, or Luka looks like the number one, or even you could say Trey Young looks up way above what DeAndre Ayton was doing. But DeAndre Ayton was drafted number one. As the guys forgot that Marvin Bagley the third was actually number two in that draft. He is still in the league, and amazingly enough, guys, he's playing for the Washington Wizards. He is a backup on the Wizards. So you say, oh, he's probably doing really bad right now. He's probably lame. He's actually shooting 43% from three and 63% from the field in limited minutes coming off the bench. Just again, he got it, but he got it. Did he get it all too late? Did he get it all too late on his way out the league as far as what he needed to do? We'll find out. But that was also another disappointment there for especially Sacramento. They're just again they passed up on Luka, Triple J, Trey Young. Yeah, that's
Yeah. Hey, just while we're talking about Sacramento as well, or while you mentioned Sacramento, King Hudson 618. I love your shout, bro. TJ Ford is a bucket, y'all. I've seen TJ Ford hoop. He actually used to play. Used to play for the Kings. He's a super underrated player. Crazy,
uh,
good pool. TJ Ford is a bucket.
legend. Who wins? Golden State Warriors with Durant
That's
or Lakers with
oh
LeBron,
man,
AD, and Kawhi?
Oh, we gonna
that's a
win. We was
riddle.
unstoppable.
Wait, what was the
Nobody was
question?
beating it. We ran the league. It was all NBA.
Uh,
Wait, wait,
when
wait, wait. Hey,
when
hey.
Durant
Whoa, what the?
I'm gonna throw
when Durant
Kawhi in the
joined the
mix,
Warriors,
legend.
or LeBron,
You,
AD, and
you,
Kawhi.
you can get Kawhi, Tim Duncan, don't matter. Warriors in five.
Ah, Bane.
God damn.
Wow.
Come
Bane
on,
asked me
legend.
that question.
Oh
Hey,
wow.
We
hey,
All
ran the
right.
NBA. It was all lead
legend.
then.
Boy.
Legend.
Okay.
Uh,
All we needed was LeBron. And don't let LeBron 3-1 y'all again. Come on,
LeBron
legend.
and Kawhi as far as your forwards, and then AD as your center. I don't know. I don't know. I'll just leave it at that. But
Three
before we head on
Lakers
out,
against one Warriors.
we're gonna get final thoughts from you guys. Legend, what are you up
Insane.
to right now on a place where everybody needs to go ahead and like and subscribe to? I Got Next Sports Media.
Well, I am still planning to do probably a show tomorrow before I go out into the city just to discuss about the college football playoffs, about the what we saw in the semi rounds, and then discuss how Kirby Smart, it's your fault that we lost. And then we're gonna also talk about the upcoming rounds with the seeing is it's about time to have a conversation. SEC days is over. SEC days of dominating is over.
College football playoffs coming up with their semifinals, and it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. And go ahead and make sure you get your fix with I Got Next Sports Media. John Costa, you have a 3-minute report everybody needs to check out, but where do they need to check it out at as far as on social media and on YouTube?
Yes, please do check me out. YouTube, it's Lakers Corner. Do 3-minute game recaps after every game, and just let you know Lakers content. And then on Instagram, it's Lakers_corner, and then TikTok, it's Lakers Corner 24. But check me out, guys. Growing, and just a huge shout out to Legend, Mark, and Gerald for just doing this tonight, y'all. Because no joke, guys, with everything that's been going on in my life recently, I haven't even been able to do this. So it feels so freaking good to be back, guys. Like,
Hell yeah,
I'm
man.
just happy, and it's just like one of those like good for your fucking soul. That's how.
Yeah.
So appreciate you guys. And King Cora, I played high school basketball at this school called De La Salle, and they have a Spartan, so that's what the Spartan is.
I'll
But
just say
De
this:
La
you
Salle.
miss the
Sounds
Kurt
nice.
Affair jokes that he puts on there. It's just you don't have them in your life. You kind of really miss them until you see them once again. Isn't that right, John?
that is right. I was missing the Kurds, the best leagues, the Varis, the Joes, the Marks, all of us, man. I was just missing the good Lakers banter here, man. So I'm happy to be back, and I'll see you here
Nah,
back
man.
Sunday.
Mad love, John, man.
And before we
Man,
leave,
you got a
speaking
young family, so don't feel bad, bro. We're
right
here
on
when
cue,
when we're
Kurt
ready.
Affair says, make sure you check out Mark on onlyfans.com/Gasolbro. So before they do, any
Portugal
last
savings for the
thoughts?
brave.
There you
Uh,
go. Any last thoughts from you, my friend? Gasol
if
bro,
you do,
before we go.
if you do come check it out, you'll be the second member. First member is obviously my girlfriend, who probably should not watch this show,
What is the
but
third
nonetheless,
Mari?
oh, hopefully
You're
not, man.
hilarious.
Oh, bro, as everyone knows, myself and Sports Baby actually met face to face today. I live in
So
a place
happy
called
for
the
that.
Gold Coast. He lives in a place called Sydney, which is Australia's biggest city, and where we had a really terrible incident lately. But Sydney to Gold Coast is about 9 hours drive, and he's here with his family, so it was actually really good to see him. He's not a bad dude. Serious question marks over certain things, but nah, shout out to him. This is a bit of a family, and that's what makes it special. And that's why guys like Best, Kurt, Thane, Blood, we can keep going through names in the chat, keep rocking up effectively, because it is a really good family. And man, absolutely love it whenever we're on together. John and Legend and Gerald and Joe, obviously, we have a really good chat. So it's a bit easier after a win, so we'll take that. And now we roll, Gerald, against the same team. And what
On
you want to
Sunday.
see, yeah, you want to beat them again. And then who's up next? Beat them. Just keep winning, guys, and then you never know what the season can hold. But I'll just quickly touch on it. What a question by Thane. KD, LeBron, Kawhi versus Steph, Clay,
No,
and
no, KD was
AD,
with
sorry,
Golden
AD,
State.
yeah, KD, Steph, and Clay. Bro, I'm a Lakers man. Lakers are
Okay.
going to win that 9 times out of 10. So the one time they didn't was the one they won the chip. Matt, honestly, man, you know what I've got mad respect for is Clay Thompson. The way he left when you look at Draymond Green, the way he carries on and all this crap, they shouldn't have got rid of Clay, man. You could have ridden that for 2, 3 more years and seen what happened. But they made a decision to get rid of him. And Kobe Bryant always talks about the time he saw Clay Thompson in the gym at 11 at night on a preseason tour in Japan. Okay, Clay Thompson doesn't give you the aesthetic vibes like he's in the gym all the time. But Kobe had the ultimate respect for Clay. And if Kobe has respect for you, I got respect for you, man. So,
Real
yeah,
shit.
I'll probably break
Real
it
shit.
down. That Warriors team was so special, man. Let's be honest, guys. Like,
And
okay,
we
they
got to
won.
get all you Aussies together. I mean, you've got Alan, you've got John, aka
Yeah, man.
Aussie, Jeremy.
Alan
Shout
doesn't
out
want
to
to meet
Jeremy.
SB though. I can tell. He's
Yeah,
not a fan. No, I'm
Yeah.
joking. I'm joking. Yeah, we will. We will.
Hey, JY, I was on a basketball scholarship, so I just had to play on the team and keep at least a 2.0 GPA, and then I got a scholarship. But I would love to play football, but I'm gonna be honest, because I was on that basketball scholarship, they were not gonna let me try for that team. I would have got smacked one time, they would have been over for me probably. I'll be honest. Basketball's always been my sport.
and with
Hell
that,
yeah.
it's of course the legend had to go, had to head on out. But once again, it is of course the Lakers fast break. The Lakers do win 128 to 121. Big shout out to Legend from I Get Next Sports Media. Gasol, bro, you can find him on OnlyFans. Maybe, according to Kurt Affair, you said you could. And then, of course, also as well, don't forget John as well. So for John, it is Lakers Corner. So go ahead and make sure you like and subscribe to I Got Next Sports Media, Lakers Corner. I don't know if you like or subscribe. I don't know what you do on OnlyFans. I'll leave that to your imagination. But Gasol, bro, you
Ask
can let me
Kurt.
know.
Apparently, I'm on there. So
Okay, well there you go. Yes, I was only there because I thought it was eBay. Oh, there you go. You can always say that. But again, thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget the Lakerholics tomorrow morning. Start your morning tomorrow, 11 o'clock in the morning Pacific time. It is the Lakerholics. Yes, Jamie and Laker Tom will be in the same room. The question is can Michael Heinrich calm these two down, or will Laker Tom go give him the finger, or will storm off on Jamie once again? Find out as these two will go at it along with Michael Heinrich, maybe El Rob as well, as the Lakerholics are part of your great weekend with the Lakers. And then, of course, on Sunday, we're back here for the post game against Memphis as well. So once again, the Lakers win 128 to 121. We'll be back on Sunday night, but don't forget the Lakerholics tomorrow. Don't forget Lakers Corner. Don't forget I Got Next Sports Media. Don't forget Xbox. Maybe you can forget his OnlyFans channel, but don't forget about us right here at the Lakers Fast Break Podcast. Gasol, bro. I don't know. Joe has a better rhythm to it. So I'll let him go. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. And on Sunday, right here at the Lakers Fast Break Podcast.